Day number 2 is done. Now we're on to number 3. Day number 3 is actually going to be pretty difficult because we're trying to finish all the installation. We finished about halfway through the shower yesterday, and today we're actually going to try to finish all the way up to the ceiling, the window, the niche, the shower floor, the curb, and the floor. I know it sounds like a lot, but I think we actually got it completed. So stick around, watch the whole video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. The day before, we finished up to about halfway through the shower, but the good thing is that we finished the wainscoting, which was all the way around the bathroom. Now we have to complete the shower, we have to tile the niche and also the floor. So this is going to be a long day, and we're starting by finishing up our walls. We're trying to work our way out of this bathroom. If I were to tile the floor first, then I couldn't get on the floor right away to tile the walls. So doing the walls first, then the niche, then the floor. It's starting from the shower floor out to the curb, out to the floor on the vanity. That's actually going to be the best way to do it. That way I can complete everything today. Even if it's a late day, I am going to try to complete everything. You see me using a bunch of levels in the video. I have a whole set of levels, anywhere from, I think, a torpedo level that's about 8 inches, a foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, all the way to about 6 foot level. When you're tiling a shower like this shower is going to have a glass enclosure across the front. So you want to keep your walls plumb. That way, if you are having the glass installed, they don't have to do any modifications that could cost you extra money. Or also, if you order a door online, they're always going to come straight and square. And if your walls are not straight and square and plumb, you're going to have a very difficult time installing it, and if it's too much, you may not even be able to use them. So keep everything, this starts from the prep stage where you can actually shim up your studs, and before you even hang the wall board, whatever you're using, foam board, cement board, whatever, that can be prepped before you even start so that it's actually plumb by the time you're installing your tile. Also, for the cuts in this video, we're using a wet saw along with a hand cutter saw, kind of like a score and snap type. We like to use the brand Sigma because we feel like it gives us the best cuts, but we can only do straight cuts with that. So all our L cuts shapes, like for the window and niche, we're doing them on the wet saw, and then just finishing them up with that hand sander, that hand diamond pad on the edges, so it just looks a little cleaner than just a regular cut. You see me in the video just getting above the window. Usually when you get above this window on a shower, the days, you're almost done, because that's like the most difficult part. Getting around it, getting all your cuts to line up, getting the bottom, the sides, everything plumb and level. And then we're going to move on to the niche. The first thing you want to do is spread the mortar. Just get the mortar on the wall. Don't worry about the thickness or anything. Just get mortar on the wall and then trowel it with the right trowel. In this case, we are using a V-notch 1/8 trowel because we're doing some small mosaics, and we don't want the thin set to ooze through the joints and then have the most difficult time cleaning it when it dries. So once we do that, we put in the mosaics and then we push it into place. When we're done with that, we are going to do the shower floor. It's very important that you always dry fit your shower floor. Pay a lot of attention to the drain location and good cuts around your drain. A lot of people worry more about having better cuts around the sides of the shower, but the focal point in the shower floor is always going to be the drain. So if you have kind of weird cuts around your drain, it's going to show up more than if you have slivers along the side wall or whatever. So pay attention to that. Pre-cut everything, in that way, once everything is pre-cut, you can spread pretty much the whole floor if you can reach. If not, you can do half, install, and then install the other half. But you don't have to be going back and forth to the wet saw doing cuts. So in this case, I'm installing the floor already, and I decided to do the first couple rows so that my curb tile actually installs on top of that floor tile. This is just for water. When you get out of the shower, you have your feet wet or you're still dripping water. There's a little bit more protection because there is no joint going down. The joint is actually be sideways, and I feel like this gives it a little bit more protection. It's really not needed. It doesn't have to be the way that I do it. I just decided to do it this way because it made more sense in my head. But this is not an actual rule that you have to follow. And honestly, after we did the curb, since this is just a rectangle floor, I felt like I was done. You know, it was just cruise through the floor because we were working our way out. And at this point, I realized that I was going to finish. So if you've gotten this far in the video, please consider subscribing. I'm going to have a lot of content in this channel, especially in Spanish. I'm trying to, you know, cater to those Spanish-speaking people that actually want to learn the right way of doing tile. And also, I'm not going to forget about my English audience. I'm going to be uploading both languages. But basically, my goal is to teach everybody the way that things are supposed to be done the right way. So here it is. We're so close to the last, to the reveal. So stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next one.